It's a big story the past few weeks has been with WWE. They've been returning to a lot of venues that they ran last year, and the houses are significantly down by a lot. The venue they ran on SmackDown on Halloween, which to be fair is on Halloween, it's a big kid holiday, but
Yeah.
there was a difference of almost 7,000 people from when they ran it the last time. And I don't think 7,000 kids necessarily are attending your show. So I'm curious, what do you attribute something like that to? Are there outside factors? Is it related to creative? Is it no Cena? Like, I'm curious what your perspective is on that.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, Cena is obviously a major marketing move, which is helping sell tickets everywhere he is, no doubt about it. They have increased the prices of their tickets. That probably has something to do with it to a degree. And I guess there's not anything that is currently happening that is like white hot, like red hot. Like if you touch it, you're burnt. You know what I mean? Like they have a lot of great stuff going on. They have a lot of characters that are cool. They have some cool stories, some cool sagas going on. They have a few injuries that are kind of hurting them a little bit right now as well, that have just happened. But maybe a combination of those things. You know, there's once again, if you are going to charge those top level prices, you have to make sure your product is top level at all times, and it is white hot.
I think that's a really good point you just hit on there. It's when you are charging that, you can't get complacent. You know, that's any product. Like a singer can't charge $300 for a floor ticket and then put on a mediocre show. You know, there has to be an expectation that you are meeting the demand and meeting what people are paying. Like, think of it this way, man. You know, we just had, as we tape this, it's Wednesday, we just had a big election cycle wrap up yesterday. And what was one of the biggest underlying things talked about here in the US in this election cycle? And it was affordability, right? You know,
that was the dominant issue. 50% everywhere. I mean, that's you know the price of everything and the cost of living. Just affordability is the number one issue in America right now, right?
100%. So if you are going to charge that premium ticket price, and there will be people who will pay it, because as we've talked about, even if people are hurting, they usually tend to pay for entertainment because it's something that gets them as an escape for just a little bit, you know?
Of course.
But you got to meet them halfway on it. And it's interesting because I know we did a whole episode about this, which you can find in the archives, extremehardy.com, but Maven just went viral this past week. Your boy
Maven?
Your boy Maven. Because he said he took a much harder stance even than you did when we talked about, where he was just like, Vince McMahon knew that being able to make the show affordable for fans was a huge crux of the goodwill of the business.
I did see this.
Yeah. And I don't know, man. I think that that's something that's kind of just lost in wrestling right now. It's lost in a lot of forms of entertainment, but I do feel like it's kind of lost in wrestling.
I mean, there was a point. Didn't he say too that wrestling was better under the thumb of Vince McMahon? Wasn't there some sort of comment?
Yeah, I mean, there's much more at stake there.
Yeah, no, but there was something like that mixed in this comment, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah. I mean, you're right. I mean, Vince. I feel like Vince was out there to try and bring families in. That was his whole thing, especially once he changed it after the Attitude Era, when kind of society changed a little bit too. It wasn't quite as wild west, you know, once we started getting to the 2000s and the whole PG era. Like he was adamant, man. He really wanted to appeal to children because he knows if there are children, they get hooked on the product, you know, they're going to come, and their parents obviously got to come with them. They can't just like the little kids go to this all by themselves, you know, so the whole family has to cash in and buy tickets. So he was adamant about doing that and attracting families, but also he did try and make it as affordable as he possibly could. I think too, he was cognizant of that fact.
And maybe there are some correlations to a not as hot product. Like, listen, you're not going to be able to price up tickets if your creative's bad and you're not putting on good shows, because who's going to want to pay them? And maybe you're not using the phrase maximizing shareholder value, but there's a pretty distinct difference in the ticket prices. I mean, you want to go to WrestleMania for both days this year. If you're going to sit in the last row of the stadium, it's still going to cost you $800, $900.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of money. It is a lot
That's
of money.
how big is that arena? Is that 80,000, 75,000
stadium?
seats?
It's an NFL stadium.
Yeah, 75,000, 80,000 seats.
Sure.
To pay $800 to be in the very last row in the entire stadium is pretty hefty.